How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have a PSA submission video for you. Got just over 50 cards that I'm sending off to PSA in this round. But before I get into that, I want to give a word from our sponsor, which is me. If you're interested, you can check out my eBay store, which is FourthStarTCG. I've got all kinds of awesome Pokemon cards up on my eBay store, over 200 listings as of this video. I've got stuff from all different eras, from the original E-series all the way up through modern full arts. There's something for everyone, whatever your price range or interest is. So definitely go check out my eBay. And if you're interested in anything there, you can buy it on eBay, or you can send me a message on Instagram at FourthStarTCG, and I'm sure we can come to a deal. So now let's get into the PSA submission video for today. We'll kick it off with this Dark Dragonite. What an amazing card. This card is an exclusive from the James theme deck, the Cosmos Dark Dragonite. This was not in the set. This was only a non-holo in the Team Rocket Returns set. So you could get it as a reverse, but if you wanted the holo version, the Cosmos, the sort of foil version, you had to get the James theme deck. Now this is not in the best condition. It's got some wear on the corners, so I'm honestly hopeful for something like an 8 on this card. That would be a grade that I'd be very happy with. We might even come through with a 7. I'd be a little disappointed in a 7, but you know, hoping for somewhere in that 8 range. Don't think we're going to get a 9. If we're lucky, we could pull through with a 9. But next up, we have the Blacksmith. This is an awesome full art supporter. Huge fan of this card, and I'm really happy that I was able to pick one up. I actually got this at Worlds in a trade, and this is a clean copy. It's got some very tiny whitening on the top corner. And, you know, just kind of the very small things that you see on English cards. I'm hopeful for a 10 on this copy, but you never know. 10s are very difficult to get on English cards, especially these older ones. Even if you're pulling them pack fresh, even if you're being very careful to find good condition copies, you oftentimes will not get the 10 grade. Also have this Pokemon Ranger here. This is another great full art card that I love from the XY era. This is another clean copy. Hoping for a 10 on this, but again, they're very difficult. It's very unlikely. So if I had to put money on it, I'd say, you know, 60 to 70% chance of a 9. Next up, I have a few cards from the Theater Limited VS deck. Got 2 copies of Misty's Corsola. These non-holo cards are really cool, and I'm slowly grading the copies that I have. So big fan of the Misty's Corsola. It's an awesome one. Next up, we have Misty's Politoed. Big fan of this one as well. This is probably like the second most popular non-holo after the Annie's Espeon. So that's pretty cool. After the Misty's Politoed, we have Ross's Wailmer. This is just a super fun card. I love the derpiness of Wailmer here. Just hilarious. And yeah, so that's going to do it for the Theater Limited VS deck non-holos. Getting into some EX era cards. Got Gyarados EX from Flight of Legends. Really nice. And I don't think I mentioned it, but I am hoping for 10s on the Theater Limited VS deck cards. This Gyarados has a little bit of wear in the corner, but even as a 9, these EX cards are worth grading at this point, honestly. You know, 20 bucks to grade one of these cards. I bought these for really cheap back in the day, so I'm still making a profit on them. So I've got 2 holos from the Pokepark Blue set, the Rayquaza and the Lugia. These are really amazing holos, and I'm hoping for 9s on both of these. Don't think we're going to get 10s. There's just a little bit of wear on these cards. A little difficult to see in the video, but I mean, these cards are just incredible, and even in 9s, they would be absolutely awesome. Yeah, there's the Lugia. The Lugia went into Golden, or not Golden Sky, that's the Japanese version, EX Unseen Forces in English. You could get a Cosmos version in an exclusive theme deck, I think. The Rayquaza went into EX Emerald. All right, moving on to black and white. We have some black and white holos here. I'm going to try to make my PSA submissions kind of a mix of cards from all different eras. Even though I've got a lot more black and white to submit, a lot more sort of the Theater Limited VS deck cards. I've got Diamond and Pearl to submit as well. But I do like to have my submissions be a little bit of a variety as opposed to just, you know, a bunch of the same era of card. Here's a Giratina. I submitted one of these previously and it got a 9, unfortunately. So we're sending off another one. Hopefully we can get a 10. If this gets a 10, it would probably go into my collection. I am looking to sell more cards recently with my eBay store and everything. But there is still quite a bit that I want to keep for my collection. This Zekrom is an amazing holo. So cool. Amazing Meteorita art. So hopeful for a 10 on this. Might be a little off center top to bottom, but I still think it's within the bounds. But if it does come back with a 9, we might pin that on the centering. Got a Hydreigon holo here. This one's from Thunder Knuckle, I believe. Yeah, very cool. The blue plasma cards are are super exciting. Kyurem, I did get this one in a 10. I have more. I think this is one of my favorite just regular black and white holos. So I like that. Send off 2 of those. Next up, I have some really interesting cards from the XY era. These are Pokemon scrap cards. Now these came in, I think, XY5 booster packs. And you got one of these per pack. And they had all of these different designs on them, and they had a code that you could redeem for, I think, like mythical Pokemon. So most people just kind of threw these out. Now, I collected them. I collected every single scrap card, every artwork that was released. And a lot of them are worth some money now. They're really difficult to find because most people, again, threw them out. There aren't a lot of sales out there, but especially things like the Pikachus, the cosplay Pikachus, the cards with the cosplay Pikachus on them, the cards with Mega Evolutions on them. Those I've seen some pretty high sales for in the, you know, couple hundreds of dollars recently. So I figured, you know, might as well send off the ones that I have now that PSA is grading these. Initially, they wouldn't grade these cards. So we have the Pikachu singing contest, the previous one. I think this is like the Pikachu Pop Star, I think. I'm not 100% on all my cosplay Pikachus, but everyone always loves Pikachu in a costume, so, you know, probably sending these cards off and getting them graded, even if they aren't like actual TCG cards, people will probably pay for them. Here's Pikachu Bell, I believe. So that's cool. And yeah, all of the backs are the same. And these all I pulled myself from packs, so I'm hopeful for 10s on them. But again, I've never graded anything like this before, so we'll see. There's Pikachu Rockstar. Another cool cosplay Pikachu. We've got Pikachu PhD. This one's for me here. Hopefully I don't look like that. But always another interesting cosplay. And we have Pikachu Libre, the wrestling Pikachu. Maybe this is more popular now with the reveal of Mega Halucha. So we got those, I think 5, 6 in total, with like the Pikachu Live singing contest that has all of them. So next up, I have some Pokekyun collection cards to send off. This is not all of the Pokekyun kind of commons and uncommons that I have, but it is most of them. These cards have really shot up in value, surprisingly, and I have a lot of them that are gradable that I pulled myself from a box that I had sleeved a while ago, and now just getting around to grading them. So we got 3 of the Jirachi, And these are just incredible. I mean, look at the hollow pattern on these cards. And they've got hollow just over the Jirachi, over the attack text, and they're all different styles as well, which is, you know, really cool. You never see Pokemon do like mini sets anymore, which is a little disappointing because I really like the mini sets. Things like Double Crisis, things like Pokekyun, things like the Mythical Legendary Dream Shine collection. We got 4 of the Charmander, stealing the kids' glasses, having a fun time there. And again, yeah, you see like the heart hollow on these. That's really cool. So we got 4 of those. And we also have 4 of the Charmeleon, growing up a little, now reading a book with the kid. And this has the same heart foil pattern on it. I don't have any of the Charizards. I think I must have sold them a long time ago. Those are the big expensive ones, but even these, you know, go for I think over $100 in a 10, which, you know, I'll absolutely do that. These were just sort of bulk sitting around, so I'm more than happy to get them off. I'm also starting to send off my CP6 cards. So this is the Imakuni's Doduo Secret Rare. Really cool, uncommon secret rare from the set. There were 3 of these. There was the Bilingual Executor, and the Here Comes Team Rocket. So I think this was the only one that I could find. I might have the other ones, or maybe I sold them. I'm not really sure. This was the only one that I could find, the Doduo. But still an awesome card. And I am starting to send off my CP6 Hollows. I have tons of these because I opened up like 6 boxes and bought some back in the day. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Gyarados, 8 CP6 Gyarados to send off. That's a fan right there. And yeah, it seems like some of these CP6 hollows are going up more than others. I'm starting to send off the most expensive ones. Gyarados is one of the bigger hollows. So we've got 8 of those. And most of these I did pull myself from opening CP6 boxes. I think I opened 6 CP6 boxes back in the day, which was pretty incredible. Very glad I got to do that. 5 Mewtwo's. And yeah, I honestly think CP6 hollows are undervalued right now for where they're at. You know, you can pick up most of them for $100 in a 10, but CP6 boxes are very, very hard to come by and very, very expensive. This is probably the most expensive CP6 hollow, the Mew. I think you're looking at about $200 plus for this in a 10. So hopefully we'll get 10s on everything, I would hope, because they're all pack fresh, and CP6 has pretty good card quality. The centering's really good on everything. So yeah, the Hollow Lilypad Mew, sort of a reintroduced Hollow that wasn't in base set. There was a Korokoro promo that was brought back to CP6, so really, really nice. Yeah, CP6 just an amazing set. I am excited to see what they end up doing for the 30th anniversary. All right, and you know the market has gone crazy when I'm sending off a break card to PSA. Greninja Break, probably one of the more popular ones, but you know, we'll see how it does. We'll see how it grades. We'll see if anyone wants to buy these break cards now. They were much maligned and ridiculed by fans at the when they were released, and many times after. But we'll see. Maybe people are getting more enthused with them as time goes on. All right, next up we have 2 of these XY Break Grass Energy Gold cards. These were lottery promos. They're not all that expensive, but they're really cool. Textured gold grass energies. You could only get through the lottery, which is pretty fun. So we'll send those off. We'll see how they grade, hopefully highly. Probably not going to make all that much profit on those, but I just think they're cool, so I'm sending them off. And last but not least, we have some modern cards. I'm sending off 2 Zekrom Special Arts from Black Bolt. These are really, really cool. I have a ton of modern to send off. But sometimes I feel like it's a little hard to justify sending off so much modern when I have all this vintage that I still haven't graded. But sometimes you just got to get the cards into your collection. I mean, this Reshiram is so good. And yeah, I feel like Scarlet and Violet didn't really do a lot for me outside of the art rares. I liked a lot of the art rares. But Black Bolt and White Flare, and now moving into the mega sets, really are fantastic. So I'm very excited about that. So there we go. I believe this is 56 or 57 cards that will be going off to PSA. Gonna get a lot into the PSA pipeline, and soon we'll probably, and by I say soon, I mean in a couple months or so, we'll probably be having returns back every couple weeks, which will be really exciting. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.